So here we have a CV, a curriculum vitae, and it's a document through which the writer presents herself or himself to the world. Now, the document should present a strong first impression of the candidate to give you some level of a competitive advantage over other possible candidates for this position, and it should present information clearly, objectively, concisely, in a very easy to understand way. Remember, guys, let's just say you're studying accounting and you want to work for one of the big four firms, So KPMG, EY, which is Ernst & Young, WC, one of the big firms. They are going through hundreds, if not thousands, of applications for positions as CA trainees. So yours needs to be very easy to understand, quick, to the T, simplified nicely. So a CV must address the post for which the candidate seeks employment. And for example, a candidate who applies for a sports-related post will present a CV which speaks more about the candidate's prowess in sports than in the academic. Well, of course, if you, let's say, studied a sport management degree and now you want a post as a soccer coach, let's say at Durban High School, then yes, it's not so much about, the marks that you attain in your sports management degree. No one cares if you got a cum laude or anything like that. Perhaps it could add to it. But what's more important is that, yes, you've played soccer for quite some period in your life. Maybe you've got like a decade of experience. Maybe you've made like a PATSA team, or you represent KZN, or perhaps you even have some kind of SAFA coaching license under your belt. You've got some level of experience, and while you were studying, you also played for one of the local teams in your area, like Durban City 3rd team, and now you want to coach. So this is the curriculum vitae of pretty much everyone. So let's stick with our more sporting code. So personal details, Cristiano Ronaldo, date of birth, Ronaldo is 40, so, whatever. Identity number, address, let's just say you stay in Pinetown, your contact numbers, your gender, marital status, dependents, religion, so this one might be a little bit, you could leave it out, perhaps nationality too, and criminal record. So if you could just go through it again. So your identity number, or maybe even your passport number if you are a foreign national in the country that you are applying. So your current address, your contact numbers, maybe like a calling number, a WhatsApp number, a landline if you got it. Gender, this one is pretty interesting, especially in 2025. How many genders are there? Someone tell me the answer in the comments. I don't want to get cancelled or anything. Marital status, okay, it's either single, married, divorced, widowed, and so on. But yeah, just on this topic of gender here, okay. Instead of gender, they could ask for the other one. Look, I don't want to say the word in case this video gets flagged, but SEX, orientation. So just responding there, male or female. South Africa is, as you guys know, it's quite a woke country. So even for some jobs, especially in Joburg, Cape Town, the more progressive parts, they'll ask for your pronouns as well, which is, I think it's a nice touch. I mean, some of you will completely disagree. Are there any Trump supporters here? Dependents, perhaps it could be a parent, maybe a disabled sibling, maybe you've got children, maybe it's your spouse who is entirely dependent on you. Again, the religion one you don't have to say, but if you are applying for a post, let's say at a church or at a mosque, yeah, maybe it would help. Your nationality as well. Look, this one is a 50-50. In South Africa, this whole nationality story, just this underlying feeling of xenophobia is pretty high. So yeah, it might not be necessary to add it unless your employer specifically asks. Maybe it's registration for SARS kind of thing. But yeah, hopefully there's no discrimination because of your nationality here. Your criminal record, hopefully you don't have a criminal record. Look, if you've been convicted of, hurting children, maybe you will not get a position as a preschool teacher. Okay, any formal qualifications that you have. So secondary education, the name of your high school, maybe you didn't finish matric, maybe you only got up to grade 9, the year you completed grade 9, or maybe you did finish matric and you went on to study at a university. Let's just say you studied at UCT, you're applying for a position as a CA trainee. So yeah, you got a Bachelor of Accounting degree, you completed it last year. Or let's just say, you're already a chartered accountant And now look, I worked for, let's say, well, not me specifically. Let's say you worked for Ernst and Young, and you're like, yeah, I want to change of scenery now. I want to work for KPMG, and then you list all the details. Yeah, like I work for EY. This is my previous employment position. Perhaps that's the reason for my dismissal as well, and I want this job. Referees, so these are basically your references. So maybe it is one of your good lecturers at university and their contact number. Maybe it's your ex-boss at EY and you're applying for this position at KPMG. Okay, so anything along those lines would be fine. Look, I guess even putting like, oh, this is my high school principal, he could vouch for me and my character. That could be fine as well.